Hey guys, so today I'm showing you how I make my baked mac and cheese. It's cheesy, creamy, and delicious. So let's get started with the recipe. So to make my baked mac and cheese, I'm using one block of Gouda cheese, an 8-ounce block of Gouda cheese. It's not shredded, so I'm just gonna cut it up into some small cubes. Then I'm using 2 packets of cheddar cheese and 1 packet of a Mexican blend of cheeses. So next I chopped up about half of an onion and minced a few cloves of garlic. I'm adding it into my frying pan with a few tablespoons of butter, and I'm gonna let that cook for about 3 minutes or so that the onion can soften and start to caramelize just a little. Next, I'm starting to add in some flour to make a roux, and I want a blonde color for my roux. I don't want it to get dark brown on me, okay? So you're looking for a blondish color, but let the flour cook for about 2 minutes or so, and once it's that nice brown color, I'm gonna start adding in my cream. So I'm using half and half. Sometimes I use heavy cream. Those are my preference for making my baked mac and cheese. You could also use milk if you want, but half and half or heavy cream makes it more creamier and delicious, okay? And I'm using my whisk to mix the half and half with the flour mixture in the pot to combine it really well. All right, and next I'm gonna start adding in my cheese. So the first set of cheese I'm adding in right after I mix the cream and the flour is the Gouda cheese, because it's gonna take the longest to melt because it's not shredded. So I added the cubed Gouda cheese into the sauce, and I just give that a mix, and then I cover the pots and allow the Gouda cheese to start melting a little. Then I'm gonna add in the rest of the cheese. So I'm gonna add in half of one of the cheddar cheese packet and half of the Mexican blend cheese packet. I'm not adding the whole packets in the sauce because then the sauce is going to be too thick, okay? So altogether I added 16 ounces of cheese. I added my Gouda cheese, which was 8 ounces, and then I added some cheddar cheese and some Mexican blend of cheese, okay? And just use your pot spoon to mix all the cheese into the cheese sauce until it's nice and smooth and creamy. Also, you guys, while I'm making my cheese sauce, I have my stove on medium to medium low heat because you don't want your sauce to boil. Once it starts to come to a boil, you're gonna turn the heat down to the lowest setting or turn it off, okay? If you need to put the sauce back on the stove at any minute to help the cheese melt and combine, you can, but make sure you do it over low heat. And when you're finished adding in the cheese, your cheese sauce should look something like this, nice and cheesy and delicious looking. So next I got my cooked pasta, and I'm using Elbows macaroni. I cooked it following the package directions until the pasta was al dente. You don't want to cook it too soft and make the pasta soggy because we still have to bake it, okay? So after you cook it, I added it in my prepared baking dish. I just sprayed my baking dish with some non-stick cooking spray, and I added the pasta in it, and now I'm seasoning the pasta with salt, a little bit of salt. Don't add too much because we added salt when we was boiling the pasta, and also the cheese is kind of on the salty side, so be careful with the salt. And then I added some black pepper. I like a lot of black pepper in my baked mac and cheese, so I added a good amount. I also added some onion and garlic powder, okay? Mix that into the macaroni, and then you guys, I'm gonna add in the remaining cheese for my baked mac and cheese that didn't go into the sauce. So whatever's left in the pack from the 2 packets that we already opened and used half of, add that in, and then you should have 1 more packet of cheese left, of cheddar cheese. Add about half of that. The last half, you're gonna use that on top of your Big Mac and cheese. Okay, so reserve half of that packet, add the rest into the pasta, and then add in your cheese sauce and just mix it really well until the cheese and the cheese sauce is mixed really well and combined with the pasta. Okay, so make sure the pasta is fully coated with that yummy cheese sauce. So I like to save about a cup of the cheese sauce and just add it on top of my mac and cheese after I'm finished mixing it and after I lay it really well in my casserole dish. So right here I'm just adding some on top, and I'm just gonna spread it on top of my mac and cheese. Then I'm gonna take the remaining cheese left and just cover the top of my mac and cheese with whatever's left of my shredded cheese. Okay, so just sprinkle some on top of the mac and cheese, and then I preheated my oven, you guys, to 375 degrees, and I'm gonna bake the mac and cheese for about 25 minutes until it's nice and golden brown and bubbly. And that is it for this recipe. That is how I make my mac and cheese all the time, and it never fails me. It always comes out so good and delicious. And yeah, you guys, once the mac and cheese is finished baking, it's gonna look something like this. And just look at the inside, cheesy and creamy and just delicious. So the last thing I do after my mac and cheese is finished is I sprinkle it with some parsley. You can use dry parsley flakes or fresh parsley flakes, okay, and just sprinkle it on top and serve it up. And that is it for this delicious recipe, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys give it a try. If you do, let me know in the comments down below how it turned out, if you enjoyed it. All right, don't forget, you guys, to like, comment, and subscribe so you can see my upcoming videos. All right, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.